G'day mate, what's under the cotton nappy you might ask? Well, it's a dodo bird. Not going to make them no more. And I tried really hard to get my hands on one. And the last one that was there, I put my name down to buy it, then disappeared. They couldn't find where it went, and then they found a damaged box. So Tech offered it to me. So I thought I'll do the last hot up version of this, and I'll see how it goes. It's the hottest way I've done this before. So I thought I'll do a muffler mod and show you how I do the muffler mods, because I know I had a lot of trouble learning how this works, so I'll set you up. Okay, for the cooking class today, you need some trade MAF gas. There's a Hot Devil. It's good, but it doesn't last long. Now this is soldering flux. It's old, probably 20 years old. It's pretty all crappy, but it still works, so it doesn't matter. That's to clean the metal. You need brazing rods. Oh, yeah, brazing rods. So, World Boss, reliable welding gear. They got brazing stuff on them, so I'll pull one of them out. Now these take a lot to melt, but once they melt, once they go on, they won't let go. And that's what I'm trying to show you, how to make these work on your way, so you can do things you want without having to spend huge money on bulbs and stuff. So, probably a metre long, 3 foot, pretty good. Now you wanted to have a muffler that's already prepped. So I'm trying to get level as I can, but it's not quite right. But that's close enough for me. So the angle, it's pretty close. Not too bad off. So I'll braze these on with this wider system, and I'll cut these level. So I'll turn this to a horny devil. So the way this works, if we can see in here. I've actually got a torch handy. There's the inside muffler there. There's one there too. So I bounce off that wall, and heat rises. So you got to remember when you do a muffler mod, heat rises. So you want to I'm adding more angle of the holes than usual. For one, I'll show you. That's like that. So it goes into the back wall about, I don't know, 1/4 inch, and I'll cut that through. I'll bend that over with a hammer, that tab there, just to knock the hammer. That's it. This one on the left has already been knocked over, so I'll solder that one and I'll show you how it's done. Now the more metal you have, the harder it's going to be. If you have this old curtain rods, thin metal works easy. Big, thick, heavy stuff, don't waste time. These are good for heat, for bending stuff. It's a soft metal, but don't rely on it. It's not a very good heat source. It's not focused. It's quite a broad heat spectrum. It should be more focused, but as far as I know, you can't get them. I tried with this. You can see it's been damaged there. A lot of heat comes off it, but not in the right spot. But biggest can be choosers when you only got certain things you play with. Anyway, I'll set this up. Now I want to put some flux on this, so you guys can see. Just slap a bit of that stuff on. Not exactly sure how it works because the label's all eaten off, but I'm pretty sure it's the heat turns it to a chemical reaction. So just a slab of it. You don't really want to get in your hands. And then I'll clean the metal off. As soon as you heat this up. Now I've blown this exhaust out. I've wire brushed it. When I'm finished, I'll blow it all out again. I'll probably even clean it with some diesel and some water. Blow it out again. I don't want any metal floating around, because inside this muffler here, there's a baffle about here. Yeah, about there it'd be. So there's 2 little holes or 3 little holes in the middle of the baffle. Then it comes back up around here. It comes out here. So no direct route to get out. So that's not blocked off. So they can still go through. But doing this way, the heat, hot air rises, will go straight up and out. And because these are on a slight angle uphill anyway, there's nothing to impede them. It doesn't get in the road of the motor. doesn't get in the road of the wood dogs or anything like that, or plastic covers. It's not a bad little setup. Right, well, done the flux. I probably got just enough in this bowl here to do this one joint after that's empty. And that's the problem, you can't really tell how much is in them. It feels light as now. It mightn't even do that, but I'll see where we go. With the other thing too, with these heat setups, let's try and turn you around. Try and get your best view. You want to get cherry red hot. Now, I don't know why they say cherry. I would say more of a bright orange. Yeah, like a vitamin C orange. Hope you can see. Looks like we're good. If you're doing too much work on whatever item, I've had this thing just mounted like this in the vise. The more heat that comes off this, the more heat goes back into the vise. And surprisingly, the vise heats right up. It's funny. So if you have to and you want to do a job, put it on one little point of the muffler. So I'm hooked onto that 3/4 of an inch by about 1/4 of an inch, and it'll dissipate the heat. I'll probably leave it like that now. It's not a bad spot. So on the edge of the muffler, so all the heat stays in the muffler. Now when you're doing this, you want to heat this portion up. Maybe around a bit more. Heat this portion up and try and angle. That's why I'm talking about heat with mufflers. You want to heat up from slightly below. Most of the heat will go straight up and out. Yeah, you can go down, but when you come across really weird angles, there's metal there, metal there, metal there, and level there, metal there. All these different layers take away lots and lots of more heat. So the more you can leave in that area, the better you can get your job to do. So I'll heat this up, and this will show you real time what actually happens. This is what my biggest problem was, trying to work out how these things work. I just hope I got enough gas in here. And lights off. Oh, lock this thing on. Glowing red hot. Starting to go red now. Just waiting for the pipe to go hot. And I'll put that braise near it. Starting to melt now. And that's it, real time. So you got to make sure it gets hot. Once it gets hot, now that's permanently fixed. I'll probably turn it upside down and check the underside as well. I can probably look now actually. But you got to remember that that's stinking hot. Doesn't look too bad. As I said, if you can get the heat to go where you want it to go, it's beautiful. Right. Now this is a tricky bit doing it on film. Hang on. I'll pause just so I can move this thing around. I don't want to burn my fingers. Right. Have it burn myself, you'll hear me yell. Other thing I should add too, when you're doing this type of stuff, try and keep all your combustibles away. Like any petrol, diesel, batteries, hydrogen gas and battery oil go bang, things like that. I got drawers and stuff here, all my drawers are shut, so should shut a bit more. Make sure the sparks can't get in. Otherwise it's in your shed burn down. Now with these brazing rods, you can go back in, you can reheat, and you can move the braze a bit, but I don't recommend it. Once it goes hard, it's hard. you can grind it and muck around, but I've tried. Once it goes off, it's not like solar. You can't just, I'll heat it again and it'll move. These things don't get hot enough, so it makes life very hard. Now it's hot. The other side here will probably melt around real quick. I don't need so much. Now this one here, I'm going to put some safety glasses on. Should have done before. Sometimes you get popping sensations and carrying on. I don't go blind. I don't care if I go deaf. I don't want to go blind though. You're going berserk with flux because I have wire brushed it, but there's still heaps of paint there, so I want to make sure that I've done everything I can to make sure it's going to glide stick itself to it. Yeah, when you're tongue tied. Right, here we go again. This is on off, and this button here slides to, I suppose your way be to the left. That locks it. So you need to warm this one up. So the pipe's starting to go really hot. A bit more heat in the muffler itself. Right. Fluid, metal always runs down here when it heats up. So it should run down into that pipe. The joint. Going to run now, take the lock and make a move. Just jumped off. It works and then someone's done. We'll halt probably. It could be a problem for him. You see the metal bubble and you know it's getting hot, the seat's getting hot again. Sometimes you leave a bit of heat on the brace, it'll liquefy it. When you see it bubble and move, you can move on after that. I'll probably have to move the joint, move the whole muffler around because I can't get underneath it. Always run down here. Off we go. So I've done what I can on the top side, but when this melts, it wants to run downhill. So it's a waste of time trying to get up. Sometimes you can, if you hold your tongue the right way. I'm right-handed, but it's not easy for me. So I'll flip that around, which is hot. So, might bring you guys back so you can see this side. I'm trying to get the hole where the muffler normally exits. Normally comes out. There's an extra hole just there. But where I put the big pipe coming out, it's sort of blocking it, but it's still escape it. Where the three skins meet, I'm trying to block that hole up to give it proper flow. Warm it back up. I put this brazing rod on my leg one time to move it. It burnt a hole straight in my leg. But don't forget they are hot. Hang on up in the heat. It's all red hot in there. Heat can't get away. So that's now brazed up. So that's captured and will not move. I put the tag on the back to also reinforce so it can't fall out at all. So basically that's it, guys. If you want to do this type of stuff, muffler mods, you can do it fairly cheap. That hot devil, what do they call it? Hot devil. That's $110 for the kit. Then you buy a bottle of, I think it came a bottle of gas, one bottle. Now a bottle of gas is about I'm you haven't seen one soon. So a bottle of gas is about $20. But it was $110 for the kit. That was probably a year ago. But yeah, aim your heat up as much as you can. Once it warms right up, you can then move it around a little bit to where you want it. But don't try and aim down because the heat just dissipates and goes up and it's a waste of time. Anyway guys, as usual, thanks for watching. So you guys should know that one other thing I should have said something about. Some of you guys are pretty good at watching what's going on. I didn't explain one thing. See the bolts here? Now they're the factory bolts, they're not the factory nuts. Factory nuts are null knockers, so they'd melt this extreme heat. I put the bolts back in because when you heat something up so much, it warps and carries on. When I drilled this front part here on the older saws, Ross, what's it called? I can't remember that, another cheap brand name. That part actually comes off. Neotech here is actually brazed on, so everything bends and carries on. Because it's 15mm hole, the hole I have to drill in there. So I pulled everything back together, put the bolts in there, tightened them up to hold everything back together. Now, I'll tap this into the hole, hopefully it's cold enough. It hasn't got that hot, I can't get it in. So a little tag there, we'll go in that hole, like so. Now if I touch this metal, it'll burn my finger, guarantee it. And if you're doing this type of stuff, you're better off doing it all one hit, because the heat that stays in this muffler is unbelievable. Might as well keep going, I suppose. Alright, you guys have a nice day. Alright, thanks for watching.